Yo, what's good with y'all? In today's video, I got how to make Forsaken. I believe that this is part 7. I think this is part 7 and stuff. I'm just gonna go ahead and give you all the disclaimer right now. As if you look in the bottom right of the screen, it is currently 4 in the morning and stuff. I'm very tired, but I just finished the stuff, so I wanted to go ahead and record the video for you guys. So I'm gonna probably make mistakes. Bear with me. And if I sound a little tired, I apologize, but I'm gonna try my best to explain everything. So yeah, so okay. Part 7, I added 2 things, right? Even though normally I usually add a lot more, I feel like the video will be long enough just for these 2 things. So people have been asking me for the spectate system, so I added that. So pretty much when the players die and stuff, they're able to spectate the players that are currently alive. And I finally finalized the skin system because y'all know we had like the skin system, but I didn't really have it to where you could buy skins, equip skins, and stuff like that and everything. So yeah, no, I finalized that and stuff. I do plan to get to get to other stuff. Like one of the next things I plan to get is to like map generation, like where it selects a map, teleports everybody and stuff. And then like the generators and all that stuff. Definitely stuff I plan to get to. I plan to get to that stuff since that's like core mechanics of the game and stuff. But anyway, let's go ahead and get straight into the video. Okay. So first things first, we need to head on over to our character folder inside of server storage, open up our character folder, right? So if we open up, I'm open up the killers folder, then open up Jason. This is my default killer. You guys recall the skins folder we have, right? So you guys recall how I said the default skin needs to be named default, right? So what you need to do is inside of each skin, you want to insert a number value. So click the plus icon, insert a number value. You're going to want to name this number value to price, and then you'll set the value of the price to, however much it costs to buy said skin. Obviously, the default skin should be free by default, right? So then I'm going to make a test. So I'm going to duplicate this skin. I'm going to just rename this to just test, right? And then I'm going to set the price to like 100, right? So obviously, like I said, you need to have this value inside of every single one of your rigs and stuff like inside of the skins folder. You need to make sure it's in every single one so that you know the price of the skin. And by the way, make sure none of your skins have the same name aside from default. Obviously, default can be the same. What I'm saying is like don't have a skin for Jason named Test and then also have the same thing for John Doe. Like it needs to be like different names and stuff, right? Just so yeah. But so that's pretty simple, just pretty minor changes and stuff. Just modify that inside the skins folder, and then I'm obviously not gonna do that for every single one. I'm only gonna do that for Jason just so I can just demonstrate that for you guys. But yeah, so then we're gonna need to add 2 things to the core GUI. So let's go ahead and open that up. Let's first knock out the skin stuff. So find your shop frame, set that to visible, right? Then open that up, find the killer frame or survivor frame, it really doesn't matter. Then you're just simply going to duplicate it, scroll up, set background transparency to 0.5 so you can drag it, then just drag it over to like the left side. You just want it to be like a little to the side. And then I'm gonna change the background color to black so it pretty much matches, right? And then you're just gonna change this. You're just gonna rename this to skins frame. The way this is going to work is whenever a player clicks a killer or survivor that they currently own, this frame will open with all of the available skins and stuff that are available for purchase. So just rename it to skins frame, delete the killer text buttons or survivor text buttons inside, delete those, and then just leave the frame empty, and then that's literally it. It's just repositioning. That was all you had to do. Then obviously by default, very important, make sure the skins frame is not visible by default because we want the skins frame to be enabled whenever the player clicks on a character that they currently own. And then obviously once you're done, just set the shop frame to no longer visible as well. Then we have one more thing to do with the UI. We need to make our Spectate UI. Okay, so this is going to require us to need to insert a frame into the core GUI. So insert a new frame, rename said frame to Spectate frame. We can drag this down so it's supposed to be like in the bottom middle. I'm gonna just do like 300, I think, something like that, pretty wide. Then I'm going to set the background transparency to 1, right? I'm going to insert, let's do the text button first. I'm gonna insert a text button. I'm gonna set the size to 50 50 by 50, so 50, right? Oh, I just did this by the way. 50, right? And then you're just gonna name this first one to next text button. So this is pretty much for when your player's trying to go to the next player. So then just set the text bold text, rich text, scale text, and then just change the text to an arrow, right? Because this is for next. And then I'm just gonna do the same thing, same color scheme. So black, background color will be set to black, background transparency will be 0.5. I will change the text color to white, text stroke transparency will be set to 0, and text stroke color will be black. Okay, and then I will also give it a white border, and then set the border size pixel to like 2. Okay, so then I'm just gonna drag this to like the right side of the spectate frame. Then I'm going to duplicate this, boom, and then all you want to do is just simply move it over to the opposite end, give it a good amount of space. Then obviously rename this. This is going to be previous text button. So whenever the player's trying to go back to the previous player, they were just spectating, and then obviously, get the opposite sign, so the less than sign, boom, right? We have our text buttons. Now we need our text labels. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna insert a text label into the spectate frame. We're gonna want to make this pretty small, so probably like 30. Though we want the Y to possibly be like 30. And we just want to like squeeze it. We could probably just do like 180 just so that it can fit. So I want this to be like in the middle. Might actually change this to 20 actually. It's like 20, and then I'm just gonna put this in the middle. Where you put this doesn't matter. And stuff, you guys can put this wherever you want. The sizing can be whatever you want. I'm just trying to match it to how it was in Forsaken and stuff, just to clarify. And then this was the player text label in the middle, so we'll just drag this because that's not okay. That's somewhat better. So I'm just gonna want to rename this to player text label. This would be the player's username, so player text label, right? Obviously by default have no text, rich text, scale text, bold text, background transparency should be set to 1. So I believe with the name, I believe it's like white text color with black text stroke color, and then text stroke transparency should be set to 0. Then you can just go ahead and duplicate this, right? Then for this, you're going to want to rename this one to health text label. And I remember this is supposed to be green and black. So we're going to change the text color to green, right? Then I'm going to set the background transparency to 0.5 so I can just simply move it around. So this is supposed to be a lot smaller, so this can be like maybe 50. Yeah, like 50, and then it's supposed to be, oh my bad, that is the wrong thing. And it's supposed to be above health. So we could just put it like at the top, like right there, right? So we have our health text label, then you can just go ahead and duplicate this, drag it at the bottom, just make sure that, we're not overlapping. Okay. So then let me grab the second one and just go up a little. Okay. So then the third one, the one all the way at the bottom, is going to be your class text label. So class text label, and then I'm just gonna leave this as black. Set the text color to black, and then just leave that. Text stroke will be white. Okay. And this is the class text label, and then this would be the player's class. Okay, so once you're done, select your class and you can do it either individually or at the same time. Select your class and your health text label by holding the control key button and then left clicking. Set the background transparency to 1. Again, make sure they have no text by default and everything. And yeah, just like that, we are good to go. Okay, so then go ahead and set your spectate frames visibility to false, right? Uncheck it. And let me just go ahead and, okay, we're good. So then moving on, we can now get into the scripting changes, which there are definitely a lot to get into. So let's go ahead and open up the core local script. We're going to scroll down to the 250s. So just keep going, keep going. Okay, so here, we're going to add 2 new events. So after the killer event, you're going to press enter. You're then going to say else if event type is equal to, in quotation marks, died, enter. So whenever the player dies, we want to, pretty much whenever the player dies, like a survivor that got killed and stuff like that, we want to disable certain UI but re-enable other UI. So we'll say core GUI dot info frame, oh my bad, info frame dot visible is equal to false. Core GUI dot hotbar frame dot visible is also equal to false. Then core GUI, my bad. Then core GUI.spectate frame.visible is equal to true since they're not dead. Then we'll say else if event type, and then one last event. We will say skins enter. So this is for when you're trying to populate the skins frame with all of where is it? The skins frame with all of the available skins and stuff, right? So we're gonna create a variable called skins list, which is equal to arg1. It'll be a list of all the skins. It'll be a list of all the skins along with their price. Then we'll create a variable for the class. Class is equal to arg2. Okay. Then use a for I loop to clear out any current text buttons that are inside of the skins frame. So for I comma v in I pairs. Then you'll just simply say core GUI dot shop frame dot skins frame get children enter. You'll say if v is a text button, enter v destroy. Then skip the two ends, right? And then moving on, I'm then going to say for I comma v in I pairs. You're then going to say skins list enter. We're going to create a text button for every single skin, as well as a price text label for the corresponding price. So what we can do is we can save ourselves some time. Just scroll down here. You'll notice all the class text button stuff. We're going to save a whole bunch of time. Just copy that, come back up, paste it, right? Rename this, of course, to skin text button. Then select it, Control C, Control V, Control V, Control V, Control plus V, Control plus V, Control plus V, Control plus V, and Control plus V. Okay, phenomenal. Then once we're done with that, you're going to change this, right? So what this is, just to clarify, this is a dictionary, right? This is a dictionary. The skins list, it's a dictionary, which if you don't know what a dictionary is, it pretty much looks like this. It's going to be the name of the skin, so like default, or let me do this. It'll be like the name of the skin, so default, and then something like that, kind of. Or it as I think I forgot how it goes, to be honest. Something kind of like something kind of like this. Like it would be like that, and then uh, we'll say skin to 200 or 299 stuff, right? Like it's gonna be the name of the skin followed by like the first value will be like it's gonna be like a dictionary. It's gonna be multiple tables. The first value in each table will be the name of the skin. The second value will be the price tag, and so that's how we're pretty much sending it over. So yeah. Okay, back to this. Okay. So we do need to change some properties. So I did want to help with people understanding this stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a variable at the top, do this a little differently than I originally did it. So I'm going to help you out, I'm going to say local skin name is equal, oh my bad, local skin name is equal to v regular bracket 1, because remember the first value is the name of the skin. Then we'll say skin price is equal to v regular bracket 2, because the second value is the price tag, right? Now we're going to change this. We're then going to go right here, replace v.name with skin name, right? Then for the text label, you're just going to do the same thing. Just going to say skin name. Background color remains the same. Text color, text stroke transparency, and then all the text stuff. So last thing is just changing the parenting. So we parent it to make sure it's shop frame dot skins frame, right? Then the next thing we need to do is do the price text label. So we can really just copy and paste, save ourselves some time. So you can just copy what we just wrote, copy, paste, and then just rename this to price text label, right? Then just Control C, Control V, 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 and Control V, right? Then you're just gonna go here. The name just simply changes. Just the name simply changes to price text label, right? As for the text, you're gonna say quotation marks, money symbol, dot dot dot, and then you're just going to say price, or sorry, you're gonna say skin price. That's what I was looking for. You're gonna say skin price, right? Then background trans, then I'm gonna say price text label. That background transparency is equal to 1. Again, that's optional, but and then text color, or wait, Text color was 1 1. Background color is relevant, so we can delete that line. Text stroke transparency, all that greatness. Okay. So then the last couple things was the size and the positioning. Okay. So we'll say price text label dot size is equal to UTM2 dot new. You'll say 0, comma 70, comma 9, comma 30. Then you'll say price text label dot position is equal to UDM2 dot new, 0.313, comma 0, comma 1, comma 0. Now this may be a little different for you. You guys may have to modify this stuff. The size, obviously, I mean, the size should be consistent, but the position you may have to change this and stuff. Remember, X is left and right, and Y is up and down. So you may have to change that if it doesn't look right and stuff, if it's not in the right spot and everything. But yeah, and then this will change. This will be now be parented to the skin text button, right? So, okay, we are done with that part. Then moving on, we're going to use an if statement. We're going to say if player dot owned skins, which is the folder we're going to create on the server script. You're going to say find first child, and then you're going to say skin name, enter. Then you'll say price text label dot text is equal to price text label dot text dot quotation marks space, and then in parentheses you're just going to put owned and stuff, right? This pretty much just checks to see if the player already owns the skin, and if they do, it'll let them know that, okay, this is already owned. Then we'll say skin text button dot activated connect function close parentheses enter. This handles two scenarios. Either A, the player is trying to equip the skin they already own, or they're trying to buy a skin. So we're going to check. We're going to say if player dot owned skins find first child. Then you're going to say skin. Then you're going to say skin name. Enter. Right? And then if you do find the name, that means you're trying to equip said skin. So then you're going to say core event fire server in quotation marks. You're going to put skins, comma, the skin type will be skin event will be equip, comma, send over the class name as well as skins text button text, which is pretty much the name of the skin. Then you'll say else if not, then same thing, player dot owned skins find first child skin name enter, right? So if they're not able to find the so if the player doesn't pretty much own the skin, then that means they're obviously trying to buy it. Then you can just really just select this line, just copy to save yourself some time, copy paste, and then this remains very similar. We're gonna do change this to buy, change the second argument to skins, then you send over the class, and then that remains, yeah, that all remains the same. So yeah, then you're gonna skip 3 ends, and lastly you're gonna say core GUI dot chop frame dot spectate frame, or sorry, not spectate frame, sorry, my bad, skins frame dot visible is equal to true. And then just like that, we are done with that. Then let's go on ahead and let's scroll our way down. Yeah, it's here. Okay. So before the verify, we call the verify shop function, we're gonna go ahead and make sure that the skins frame is not visible. So core GUI dot shop frame dot skins frame dot visible is equal to false. And then you can really just copy that and then do the same thing. I feel like I'm missing something here because why does it look? Wait, I'm a little bit confused because they look the same. Wait, I think I put this in. Oh no, 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 oh no, never mind, never mind. Yeah, yeah. Because when they open the shop, then it's not gonna be okay. Yeah, never mind. That makes sense. Okay, I thought I was tripping. Anyway, and then you're just gonna just copy that and then just paste that right here. Boom, and then also right here. Boom, just paste that right here. You're gonna make sure the skins frame is not visible if they switch between the two, so that it can just reset. So yeah. From there, then we're gonna go down to this for loop right here. And then you're gonna change this because it says if not player to own classes, find first child, v.text. So you're gonna go here, right, this part right here, and then you're gonna say quotation marks class, and then just put a comma. This is to specify what you're trying to buy. The reason for this is I made it so that it uses the same buy event for when you're trying to buy classes and skins. So we need to clarify what it is the player is trying to buy exactly. So we're going to say buy class text. Then everything else remains the same. We're just going to throw an else if. We'll say else if player.owned classes. Oh, I bet not that value. Like I said, guys, I am tired. But find first child v.text. Enter. Then you will fire the remote event, core event, fire server. So remember, this is for when the player does not own a class. This is for when they do own said class. So then you're gonna say skins, comma, by, comma, v.text, comma, in quotation marks. So for this in particular, I'm gonna put killers because keep in mind this is for the killer frame, right? Obviously, this is gonna be different for when we get to over to the survivor frame, which is the next thing we're gonna do. So you're just gonna copy and paste the else if part. So you're just gonna copy that, come down here, press enter, paste, boom, and then just change this to survivors. So you're gonna do that. Well, also going, going up here and then adding the whole quotation marks class and then a comma after, of course, as well. But yeah, so then that's it for that. Then we're gonna scroll down and we're gonna scroll all the way down and we're not gonna get to making the spectate system stuff. And then let me just double check we're good. Okay. See, we're already 20 minutes in, and we haven't even gotten to the spectate stuff yet. But yeah, so first things first, I'm going to say core GUI.spectate text button dot activate but dot activated connect function close parentheses enter. You're then going to say core GUI.spectate frame dot visible is equal to not core GUI.spectate frame dot visible. Then you're going to say workspace dot current camera dot camera subject is equal to player dot character dot humanoid. The reason for this is so that what's it called? Let's say if the player is just trying to return to the normal view while they're already spectating somebody. So yeah. Then you're gonna create a variable called current spectate. It's gonna keep track of who the player currently spectating via numbers. So set it to 0 by default. Then we're ready to set up the first function. So we're simply gonna say core GUI dot spectate frame dot next text button dot activated connect function close parentheses enter. Then create a variable called alive players. It's going to be a table. We're going to keep track of all the players who are currently alive, all their instances. So then you're going to say for I comma v in I pairs, right? Then you're going to say game dot players get children enter. Then you're going to say if v dot team is of course not equal to game dot teams dot spectator, right? Because obviously we only want players that are on that's either the killer or this or one of the survivors. Enter, then you'll say table dot insert alive players, comma v, right? Then skip the two ends, then create a variable for the player count. You need to keep track of how many players are currently in the game, so player count is equal to number alive of players currently alive. Sorry, I meant player count of how many players that are currently still alive and stuff, not like literally in the game. But yeah. So then what you'll do is you'll say if player count is equal to 0, enter, then return, because obviously, that means there's no one to spectate. Then from there you'll say if current spectate is less than player count, enter. And then you will say current spectate plus equal 1, right? Let me scroll down some more. Then you will say for I comma v in I pairs, and you will say game that players get children enter, and then you will create a variable for the player who you're spectating. So we'll call it spectated player is equal to alive players regular bracket. You'll say current spectate, so you'll just pretty much find the player who you're currently spectating. Then you'll create a variable for current class. This is so that we can just display whether or not they're a survivor or a killer. So current class is equal to, by default, so we'll just say survivor. And then we'll change it if need be. We'll say if spectated player dot name is equal to current killer dot name, enter. Then current class is equal to, in quotation marks, you're going to put killer, right? So boom. Then after that, the last things to do is to say core GUI dot spectate frame dot health text label dot text is equal to spectated player dot health amount dot value dot quotation marks, and then you're just gonna put percent symbol. Then let's just and then let's just go ahead and copy and paste this. So select it, Control plus C, then Control plus V, and that should be good. Now for the second one, we're changing this. Obviously, this is going to be class text label, and then just gonna change this part. So you're gonna say spectated player, right? Then you're gonna say regular bracket current class, which will either be killer or survivor. Then dot quotation marks class. Go on the outside dot value. Then come down here, and then you're going to what is this? Oh, right, this is the player text label. So player text label, and then this is just simply just going to say spectated player dot name, right? Then from there you're gonna say workspace dot current camera dot camera subject is equal to spectated player dot character dot humanoid. So now the player can so now the player is spectating them, right? So humanoid. Then let's see. You can skip that and then you can say else if, and you can say else if current spectate is equal to player count. That means we want to restart, enter, then current spectate is equal to 0, right? Then you can really just copy and paste this, all this stuff right here. Just copy, paste, and then you're just simply resetting. So this by default should just be nothing. You're literally just clearing it all out. So just an empty string. Control C, Control V, Control V, and then as for the camera subject, you're just resetting it back to your players or your character's default humanoid. So boom, we're just gonna say player.character.humanoid, right? Then we have the previous button code. The good thing is we can really just copy and paste this function and then just change a few things, and then we'll be good to go. So just copy the entire function, right? So copy, paste, right? Then just change this to previous text button, right? And then as for the changes, let's see, player count is equal to live players if player count is equal to 0, if current spectate. Okay, I remember now. Yeah, so see, this is this is where stuff changes. Okay. So I am going to um I'm going to, what's the word I'm looking for here? What's the word I'm looking for? I'm gonna clear this part out. I'm gonna clear the for all the stuff with the for loop, right? So we can clear that out, right? You're simply, oh, let me delete that end as well. So you're simply going to say if current spectate, because this is actually supposed to be, wait, I feel like it's supposed to be up there actually, technically, anyway. So we're gonna say if current spectate, right? You're gonna say if current spectate is greater than 1, right? If it's greater than 1, then we'll just simply say current spectate less than or equal to 1, and then you'll get rid of the if part down here, and then just make this an else statement. So boom, just say else, right? And then if anything, that remains the same. Um, yeah, that pretty much remains the same. Oh, right, and then after this, you'll just hit return. So it returns the function so that it does not proceed with the following. Now, if it does proceed with the following, we'll get the player, of course, that that they're going to be spectating. Spectated players equal to live players. Current spectate, right? Then, of course, same thing with the whole current class is equal to it. And this time it'll then this time, we're gonna do survivors like we did the first time. So survivor, and then just check again if spectated player dot name is equal to current killer dot name, enter, current class is equal to, in quotation marks, killer, right? Let's skip that. And then let's see, from here you're just gonna go back up, just gonna go back up. Where exactly is it? Oh, right here. Yeah, you're just gonna duplicate this, or sorry, copy this. So copy, then paste, and then boom. Okay, right. So we are done with the local script finally. Now we can move on to the server script, which I feel like will be a lot easier to manage, in my opinion. Okay, so we're going to go down to the leader stats script. We have some new values to add, right? So first things first, let's go ahead and let's create another folder. So just copy the cooldown folder, go right here, paste, put a space. So rename this to your skins folder. Just keep track of all your skins you currently own. So skins folder, right? Control C, Control V, Control V, and Control V, right? Then on to the next thing, let's go ahead and create the values. So we'll create two values. First up is killer skin. So this is going to be a string value, right? So killer skin dot name is equal to killer skin. Then you'll say killer skin dot value by default is equal to, well, actually literally by default should be equal to default. Well, like whatever the default skin is in your game, that's what it should be set to. For me, I named the default rigs default, so I'm just gonna put default. That's how it should be, right? Then you'll say killer skin dot parent is equal to the player. Then you can just go ahead and select all of that, copy, press enter, paste, change this to survivor spawn, select it, Control C, Control V, and then the name, and then same thing with the value. Just remember that it's default. Then going over here to the died, we need to go ahead and trigger this. So this function right here, so press enter, let's trigger the remote event. So we'll say core events, fire client singular, fire client player, comma, and quotation marks. You're just gonna put dead, right? Then you're gonna just go down to the on server event stuff. Go right here, add a third argument, right? So we're just gonna say comma arg3. Then I did add one thing. So anytime the player switches class, we're just gonna reset their default skin class, skins, killer skin, or what's it called? Killer skin or survivor skin. Whenever they switch, we're just gonna make it so it reverts back to the default one. So we're gonna say player dot killer class, or not killer class, sorry, killer skin. That value, remember, it is a string value, so we'll just change this to default. And then you'll just copy, go right here, press enter, Control plus V. Same thing applies, except this needs to be for the survivor, right? So boom. Then with the else if event type by, change things. So for the first thing, go up here, create a variable called purchase type, which is equal to arg1. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Purchase type is equal to arg1. Class name is actually arg2. Then I'm going to press enter, put some space. Then I'm going to say if purchase type is equal to, in quotation marks, class, enter. That means the player is trying to purchase a class. Then we can just bring class name down there. So you can just select it. You can just select the whole thing, cut it. My bad. And then paste it, right? So then once we've done that, we then can just drag the for loop inside. So just click the arrow right here, select it, cut, go inside of the if statement, paste, right? So boom. So we did that for IV, and then just change this to I pairs, character folder, get children, V for my first child, class name, right? And then we need to change this V for my first child class name. And then if player class folder dot cost dot value. Oh, never mind. Sorry, this actually remains the same. Yeah, this remains the same. Okay, so you're gonna want to skip three ends. Then you're just gonna say else if purchase type is equal to skins. Enter. Right. So then first up we have the skin name, which is equal to arg1. Then create a variable for the class name, which is equal to arg3. Then you could just copy and paste this for a loop. Make sure you get the three ends at the bottom. Copy, paste, right? And then we have character folder, get children, and then class name. Okay, so we have our class folder, then we need to get our skin. So we'll say skin is equal to class folder dot skins regular bracket, and then you're just gonna say skin name, right? And then you'll say if player dot leader stats dot money dot value is greater than, you're gonna change this to skin, and then instead of cost, it's going to be referred to as price, right? And then just go down here, Control C, Control V, Control, oh my bad, Control C, Control V. Then obviously this changes, this becomes a skin value. So then select it, Control C, Control V, Control V, Control V. The name is going to be obviously set to the skin name, and the value will be the value of the class stuff, right? Like if it's a JSON skin, then the value will be set to whatever the name of the class is. Then obviously switch this to owned skins. All right. Then boom, you can drop down some more. Okay. So click the arrow right here, press enter, then it'll say else if event type is equal to in quotation marks, right? Then for the next thing, you're gonna have skins, enter. So this one, the player is trying to receive information on the current skins available. So create a variable for the specific skin event, which is equal to arg1. Then create a variable for said class, which is equal to arg2, right? And then we'll say if skin event is equal to, my bad, is equal to in quotation marks by, okay, is equal to in quotation marks by, enter, right? Then you will, okay, skin event is equal to, then from there you will create a variable called class type, which is equal to arg3. Then you will create a variable called skins list. So skins list, this is the list we send over to the client side. So then you'll say for I comma v in I pairs, right? And you will say character folder. You say character folder regular bracket class. You put class, then or sorry, wrong thing. Class type first, actually. Regular brackets, then close parentheses, then you'll put your class. So class type, then class. Then go on the outside, and then you're just gonna say dot skins. Then you're just gonna say get children, close parentheses, enter, right? And then you'll simply say table dot insert skins list, comma, and then you're gonna, like I said, you're creating a dictionary essentially. So special brackets, then you're gonna say v dot name, comma, v dot price dot value. We're just gonna say dot value, and then okay, we are good. So boom, with that, then after this, negative fire the remote event, we're gonna say core events, fire clients, player, player, comma, quotation mark, skins, comma, send over the skins list as well as the name of the class. Then after that, press enter, and you can say else if skin event is equal to equip. So this is when a player is trying to equip their skin, enter, right? Then, by the way, guys, this is the last thing, thank God. So then from there, you're going to create a variable for the skin type, which is equal to arg3, I think, yeah, arg3. Then you have the class type by default should be equal to nothing. This is going to be either survivor or killer, right? Then you'll say for I comma v in pairs, or sorry, in I pairs, right? Then you will say character folder, get children, enter, right? And then you will say if v find first child, class to confirm, enter. Then class type is equal to v dot name. So we know whether or not it's a survivor or a killer, right? Then lastly, we're just gonna see if we're just gonna see to confirm that they do own said skin. So player dot owned units dot value, or wait, player dot, oh my bad, that's my bad, guys. You're gonna say player regular bracket, then you're gonna say class. I gotta stop recording when I'm tired, but anyway, class type the dot quotation marks, you're gonna put skin, go on the outside, dot value, you're gonna update that. So it's gonna be either player dot killer skin or survivor skin dot value is equal to skin type, which is skin type is just simply the name of the skin, by the way. Okay, so we're technically done with the code, and then but then that's oh my bad, it's not supposed to be a negative statement. Wait. I I know I wasn't tripping. My bad, guys. My bad. Okay. So if player dot owned units, right, find first child and parentheses skin type. So pretty much, yeah. To confirm, enter, and then press enter. To confirm, pretty much, and then we can just cut that and just paste that right there. To confirm that the player owns the skin, we just gotta confirm it on the server side, and then we'll let them equip the skin. So unfortunately, my stupid self just realized again. I'm very tired. I realized I finished everything else except I didn't actually make the part where it actually equips your skin based on the skin you currently have equipped. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. I can figure this out. Y'all give me 1 second. Okay. So if we go over here, right? Let's see. Yeah, this part right here. Okay. So class folder description. Okay, so right here. So here's what we're gonna do. We are gonna go right here, right? So keep in mind this is for the killer specifically. So we're just gonna change this default, and then we're just gonna do delete the dot, the period, and then you're just gonna put regular brackets, and then you are going to say killer, because that's the yeah. You're gonna say killer dot killer skin dot value. Um Yeah, killer.killerskin.value. Um, yeah, that should work. Okay. Then you could just really just copy and paste the what's inside the brackets, right? Then we go down here, delete the word default, then the dot again, paste, and then just change this to this time we're gonna change this to V, and then just gonna change this to survivor skin that value. Okay. Now that should work. Let's go ahead and test. This is first and foremost. Let's go ahead and publish to make sure this is working. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit play. So first thing first, I'm gonna click open the shop. So as you can see, if I click Jason, as you can see, we have a problem. Okay. Own skins is not a valid. Own skins is it? It's not a valid member. Skins folder. What? Wait, did I actually? Guys, I am so sorry. Did I actually name that skins folder? Why? I don't know why I named it that. I'm so sorry, guys. That is supposed to be own skins, and I literally wrote that everywhere else. Okay, so go to the leader stats stuff. Rename this to owned skins. My bad, guys. So just Control C, Control V, Control V, Control V. Like I said, guys, it's about to be 5 in the morning. I'm extremely tired. I apologize. Okay, press play. Shop. There we go. Okay, there we go. For some reason, the money symbols appear to be, but it doesn't really matter. If we switch in between, as you guys can see, it won't show for this because I don't have any, I didn't like set up the other stuff for the other characters, but I don't know why the sizing is so big though. We could just change that real quick. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be set to 0. I'm pretty sure about that. Yeah, that's what it's, my bad, guys. Yeah, it's supposed to be 0 by 70 by 0 by 30. I was kind of wondering why it said 9, but I guess I was just misreading it. Yeah, there we go. So now we have the price. Um, Now we have the price of everything. So if you guys look inside of own skins, if I click default, right? Um, or actually, hold on. Here's what I want to do. I want to give myself money. I don't think it worked though. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm gonna give myself money, right? So I'm gonna give myself money. And I'm gonna click test. Yep, no, but it is not working. Okay. For some reason it is not working. Hold on. Okay. So if not player owns buy skins. Let's see. I'm so glad I tested this instead of just assuming that it worked. Okay. So buy so buy and the purchase type, which is skins. If player skin that price. Mm, if player dot leaves estimated value is greater than equal to skin dot price. Class folder dot skins, that's skin name. Then the class name, which is the third argument. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why that's not working, to be honest. It'd be fun for sure. Class name or 123, the name of the class. That shit. Yeah. Wait. I think. I know what it is. Hold on. You guys give me a second. I think I know what it is. I think it is supposed to be because I put killers here. Survive. No, that's right. Okay. You guys are gonna have to give me a second while I figure this out off camera. So just give me a second. All right. All right, guys, we're back. So I figured out the problem. So it was right here, this problem. I sent over the information right here, wrong order. I put the name of the class and then the name of the skin, but yet it was receiving it as if the first thing was supposed to be the skin and then the class, but I sent class and skin. So we're just gonna reverse the order. So just delete that, go at the end, comma, class, right? Just reverse that. Boom, just do that on the local scripts. Remember, this is the whole skins event we made and everything. So just do that. Now if we press play, as you can see, I can open it up, right? As you can see, I can now buy skins, now own the skin. If I give my players some money to go buy a skin, right? I can buy the test skin. Boom, I can buy the test skin, right? And then it'll update. This is for killer. Then if I click it again, okay, and that's another issue. That is wonderful. Change this to skins. So this is owned, not owned units, owned skins. Okay, owned skins. Yeah, like I said, guys, that's my bad. It's my bad for all that. But yeah, okay. So we come back to the game, playtest. This is why I always make sure everything is good by the end of the video, so that I didn't just go to sleep and give you guys wrong information. Okay, so if I now try to buy it, let's see what happens. So I bought it. Can I equip it? No, I cannot. Killer's skin. Killed. Bro, what? I know what the problem is. But that's how it was supposed to be sent over. Why is, bro, I swear, why is this shit having so many issues? Literally. I mean, it makes sense because I'm tired. Let's see, guys. Hold on, let me think. Oh, I think I know. Where is the thing? Where is the thing? No, that's the wrong way. Okay, down here somewhere, spectate, killers. I swear this is supposed to be the, I swear, but this is supposed to be, I swear this is supposed to say this though, if I'm not mistaken though. Pretty sure this is supposed to say that. Survivors. Yeah, that is supposed to say that. Survivors, killers, the whole point is so that when it goes to the server, so when it goes to the server to equip class type. Okay, we're just gonna fix it. We're just gonna do it like this. Okay. So we're just gonna say, we're just gonna do this, guys. We're just gonna say class type is equal to string dot split class type, comma, and then quotation marks, Um, I'm gonna really hope that it only takes away, and then regular back one. I'm gonna really hope it only takes away with lowercase s. I'm gonna really hope it only does that. So we're just gonna do that so that it just should work. Let's hope it works this time, right? So I'm gonna give myself money. That should be the solution to just fix it because I don't really feel like changing it. Well, aside from what I just did. Okay, there we go. No errors. Let's see what happens. Click wrong thing. Wait, where is it? Okay, right there. There we go. Okay, so as you guys can see, I can now switch between my classes and stuff. Once I own a skin, I can now switch between the two. Okay, there we go. Now we have finally got that. Okay, I'm so sorry again, guys, that it took so long. Okay, now let's go ahead and ensure that the spectate system is working properly. Let's pray that it was working properly, and then that'll be the end of the video. So yeah, see, I should have broke this video up and stuff, but yeah. Okay. So now we're going to test the Spectate system. As always, if you guys are interested in any one of my scripts or models, just read the description for more information on how to get that. But yeah, okay, so now we just gotta test the Spectate system to ensure it works. Like I said, guys, I'm not gonna make no more videos while I'm tired, while I'm really tired, because that's the only reason why I had a million issues. But it's fine. We figured it out. Everything worked out. So let's pray that the Spectate system works. As you guys can already see, we are not able to currently spectate any players right now. It just occurred to me. Wait. Oh no, we did make this. Oh wait, we did make it. Okay. But it's not. Oh, I know what happened. I know what happened. Yeah. Actually, I don't know what happened. Survivor skin? Survivors. I'm so confused. Okay. We're now gonna have to fix this too. Again, I'm sorry guys. Um where where am I looking at right here? Killer skin, survivor skin. Am I illiterate? I'm starting to think I'm illiterate because what's going on? Serve. What the hell? Bro, why did I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I genuinely think I must have fell asleep while talking. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Control V, Control V, Control V. Why the hell did I name this Survivor Spot? I genuinely think I must have fallen asleep while record. What the hell? All right, bro. Okay, so we're just gonna rename that. Okay. Now it should work. I did go through the whole process of making the spectate text. I pray to God I really did make. I don't think I went through this process with y'all. I really don't think I did. Yeah, I don't think I did. Okay, well, to make the spectate text button, all you have to do, go to the core GUI, insert a text button, right? Once you do that, rename the text button to spectate text button, right? Just set the size to 50 by 50, or actually better yet, just duplicate the shop or inventory text button. I just changed the text to SP, and then just rename it to spectate text button. That's literally all you have to do. And then obviously by default, make sure it's not visible to me. I honestly don't remember if I if I went through. I honestly God, I don't remember if I went through it or not. Okay. I'm gonna speed this up. I'm gonna speed this up for you guys. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna speed this up for you guys so that we don't have to sit here for literally 45 seconds. So the UI is gonna like glitch out a little because it's gonna be stuck in between like, okay, the round's about to begin and the round's currently in progress. So just ignore that. I'm gonna experience that because I'm just speeding up the countdown, or essentially and stuff, right? So the timer looks like it's going normal, but in reality, it's actually moving a lot faster instead of waiting. Up, there we go. Now the round's starting. Okay, it's playing the whole thing. All right, and that's what it means. So just ignore that. Okay, so now here's what happens. So if I reset, right, as in I died as a survivor for some odd reason, I don't have the why did the okay why did it not trigger the function dead? I'm so stupid. I know exactly why. I know exactly why. It's not dead. It's died, isn't it? Okay. Okay, guys. Again, please bear with me. So it's supposed to be okay. So this, sorry, it's supposed to be died. Go to the server script, change this to died. I am so sorry. This is genuinely, I don't think I've ever messed this much stuff up in a single video. I'm so sorry, guys. Okay, now we're gonna try again. We're gonna hope for the best. We're all gonna pray, right? Okay, there we go. The round starts and everything just right. Okay, guys, survivor, reset. I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. I'm realizing what I did. Okay, so the server, so go to the local script, right? This is wrong. This is supposed to be spectate text button dot visible. That's my bad, guys. It's supposed to be spectate text button. So change that, right? But hold on, and it doesn't work. Okay. Expected player dot name. Attempted next nil with name. If spectated player alive players can spectate. Current killer dot name. Do we not have the current killer? Oh, it's because I reset the one. Oh, that's why. Oh, okay. All right, we're gonna have to reset the test. Okay, my bad, guys. Like I said, I deeply apologize, guys. It has never been. It's never been this bad before. Stuff won't ever do a video. It's tired. My Forsaken people do not. Yeah, Forsaken. Y'all don't deserve this. My bad, guys. Okay, let's wait for the round to start, and then as long as the spectate system works, everything should be good to go. I would have honestly just stopped recording and then just told y'all just let me know if there were any bugs, but seeing as how there's been a million bugs, I didn't want to leave things be. So, okay. So now, okay, I am not the killer. Phenomenal. Okay, there we go. Now, now the spectate button is visible. If I click it, UI opens. Boom, right? Okay. There we go. Okay. I can now, there we go. I can switch in between the players that are currently live, and then I'll eventually get back to myself. So if I go here, right? If I go through them, I can just cycle through, and then yeah, okay. So as you can see, the Spectate system works. So boom, there we go. All right, so yep, that's everything. That's the Spectate system as well as the finalized skin system. I am deeply so sorry for everyone who had to sit by and watch me mess stuff up. I deeply apologize, guys. Really tired, but I do hope you guys enjoyed the video and stuff. I will continue more Forsaken content. Grow a Garden is next. Thank you for all the love and support you've shown on the channel. I really do appreciate it, and I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe, despite me messing up left and right, but I appreciate y'all's support, and I hope you all can understand. I'll see y'all in the next video. Thank you for watching.